children, how are you? I hope you all are doing good and studying well. So children, isn't grammar fun? We come to know about so many different things, and that too in detail. And that's how we implement them in our regular writing skills and also while speaking. Okay, and at the same time we can relate to them while we are reading as well. Alright, so children, let's look at the next chapter in detail, which is called pronouns. Okay, as you all know, pronouns are the words that are used in place of noun. Alright, so hello kids, we have already studied that pronouns are the words which we use in place of nouns. For example, the children are not in their classroom. They are playing in the sports ground. Their teacher has allowed them to play. So pronouns are used to prevent the repetitions of nouns. Instead of saying Deepika lost Deepika's watch when Deepika was going to Deepika's school. So we can say Deepika lost her watch when she was going to her school. Clear? So बार बार एक ही वर्ड यूज करने से, एक ही नाउन यूज करने के, रिपीट करने के बदले हम यूज करते हैं pronouns. Okay? Since the pronoun is used in place of a noun, it always refers to something which has been already named or is immediately to be named. It must also be of the same number, gender and person as the noun for which it stands. So, अगर हमने दीपिका यूज किया है तो हम लोग, because it's a female gender, we will stick to the female gender. Because it is one person, we will stick to singular. Okay, and it is the same number, gender and the person. We will talk only with regards to Deepika. Clear? So, children are happy. They are playing. So, यहाँ पे children है plural. So, children, they. Okay, उसका pronoun हो जाता है they. Clear? The girl is happy. She is playing. So, girl, we are talking about the female gender. And we are talking about one person. Okay, so that is why we will stick to singular and we will stick to the feminine pronouns. Clear? Now let's study more about pronouns and their kinds. Pronouns can be expressed in three cases. First is the nominative case. So when a pronoun is used as the subject of a verb in a sentence, it is said to be in the nominative case. It comes before the verb in a sentence. तो जब जो pronoun होता है, when it becomes the subject of a verb, okay, then it is said to be in the nominative case. She writes very fast. Okay, he grazes sheep in the meadow. They are our friends. We look after our pets. तो यहाँ पे आप देखोगे, it comes before the verb in a sentence. तो verb क्या है? Writes. Okay, are, grazes, look, ये सारे verbs है, उसके पहले आ रहा है as the subject, and that is why they are in the nominative case. Clear? अब next is objective or accusative case. When a pronoun is used as the object of a verb in a sentence, it is said to be in the objective or accusative case. It comes after the verb in the sentence. The doctor called him at his clinic. I can't help you just now. The teacher taught them in the class. तो आप इसको देखोगे, यहाँ पे ये क्या हो रहा है? It is coming after the verb. जब वो after the verb आता है as an object, then it becomes the objective or the accusative case. Okay? So it is used as the object of the verb. तो object क्या है? Called. In the first sentence, the doctor called. Called becomes the verb. Okay, him. So him मतलब वो object case में आ गया अभी, ठीक है? I can't help. Help is the verb. You, just now. The teacher taught. Taught is the action. Them in the class. Clear? Next is the possessive case. It is used to indicate possession or belongingness of a pronoun. It comes after the verb in a sentence. This book is mine. These books are his. That book is yours. Those books are hers. Possessive or belongingness, this is pretty clear when it's something belongs to someone. Okay, so that means they are used as a possessive case. They are in the possessive case. Okay, and they come after the verb in a sentence. Okay, now that we know that the pronouns have different cases, okay, different types. Now let's look at, after knowing the cases of nominative, objective or accusative and possessive, now let's move on to the different types or kinds of pronoun. Okay, there are various kinds of pronouns: personal, demonstrative, relative, interrogative, possessive, indefinite, emphatic and reflexive and distributive. Clear? चलो एक एक करके हम डिटेल में देखते हैं. First is the personal pronoun. Okay, what are personal pronouns? Personal pronouns are so called because they stand for three persons. The person speaking, which is the first person, जो बात कर रहा है, that's the first person. Second is the person spoken to, जिसके साथ बात हो रही है, that becomes the second person. Okay, and this person spoken of, जिसके बारे में बात हो रही है, okay, that becomes the third person. For example, I am a boy. So here we are talking, that person is talking about himself. Okay. Second, you are a girl. So we are talking about the person, second person. Okay, जिसके बारे में हम मतलब we are referring to someone. Okay, and we are telling that you are a girl. Okay, third is they are children. So we are talking about someone else. Now, there are three persons: first person, second person and third person. The first person denotes the person speaking as I or we. Second person denotes the person spoken to as you or thou. The third person denotes the person spoken of, जैसे as he, she, it, they. Clear? Now, let's see how do we use it. Okay, let's look at the uses of it. Personal pronoun it is often used for living beings whose sex is not marked. So, जिसका sex living being है but उसका sex mark नहीं करते, उसको बोलते हैं, उसको हम लगाएंगे it. Okay, as infant, dog. And so when we talk about an infant, we don't know whether it's a baby boy or a baby girl. So तब हम use करेंगे it. Similarly, animals में भी हमें नहीं पता होता कि it's a female or a male. So हम it use करते. Okay, and so it may be used not only in place of the name of the object, but also in place of a clause of a sentence. Okay. It is the student's duty to learn his or her lesson well. So, we don't know whether we are talking with reference to a male student or a female student. We are talking about students in general. So, when we are talking about it in general, we say it is the student's duty to learn his or her lesson well. Clear? So, we are talking about every student, whether it's a boy or a girl, should know their lessons well. In expressions such as it rains, it freezes, it does not stand for either a noun or a clause of a sentence, but is used to point out the effect of some clause not mentioned. Okay, it is talking about some cause which is not mentioned. Okay, now let's look at some personal pronouns at a glance. Okay, first let's look at the case. We'll talk about it as the nominative case, objective case and possessive case. Okay, and singular and plural में. The first person में अगर it comes as in the nominative case, if it is I, second person is you, third person is he, she or it. Okay, and for plural, first person is we, second person you and third person they. Objective case, me, you, him, her, it. Okay, us, you, them is in the plural cases respectively as per their persons. Possessive case, okay, if it is a first person, it becomes mine, second person yours, third person his, hers or its. For plural, ours, yours and theirs. Clear? Now, let's look at demonstrative pronouns. Okay, now demonstrative pronouns, they are used to point out or demonstrate the persons, places or things, that is the objects, nearby or at a distance. They are called demonstrative pronouns. So, for example, this is my house. That is his geometry box. These are coconut trees. Those are coconut fruits. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? We are pointing out to something or we are demonstrating what that thing is. Okay, person, places or things which are there at the nearby, which are the things which are nearby or at a distance. Now they are called possessive pronouns. This refers to something near at hand. Okay, this मतलब जो चीज़ हमारे पास है, that is something which is at a far distance, that is at a distance. These and those, they are used as plurals. Okay, so and they are plurals of this and that. Clear? So in the above sentences, the words this, that, these and those, they are used to point out the objects. Okay, which are the objects that are house, geometry box, trees and fruits respectively. So these, those, this and that, they are demonstrative pronouns. Now let's talk about relative pronouns. A relative pronoun is so called because it relates or refers to some noun going before, okay, which is called its antecedent. For example, I invited David, who is my friend. So who का जो के पहले जो noun आता है, okay, वो बनता है antecedent. Okay, so उसके बारे में जब बात हो रही है, when we are talking about the noun here which is before the pronoun, तो वो बन जाता है relative pronoun. So we are talking with regards to that. So here who is relative pronoun and its antecedent is David. So we are talking about David. Okay, relative pronouns have the singular and plural, masculine and feminine alike. The main relative pronouns are who, which, that, what, whom, whose. Okay, now we use who for persons. For example, the boy who scored the goal is my friend. So अगर person है तो हम use करेंगे who. We use which for animals and things. अगर animals और things के बारे में बात हो रही है तो relative pronoun होगा उसका use which. Okay, the ball which I threw was caught by my dog. The milk which was boiled is for me. Okay, now we use that both for persons and objects. अगर person, objects तो कुछ भी हो हम that word use करते हैं. Okay, the ring that you gifted me is lost. Ravi is the boy that was given a prize. Okay, what is equal to which? It is used only for things. We use what when the antecedent is omitted as that is what they like. तो यहाँ पे antecedent मतलब noun जो है उसके पहले वाला वो omit कर दिया गया. Okay, that is what she has done. Clear? Whom is used in place of objects and persons. Objects और person की जगह पे use होता है whom. This is the lady whom everybody knows. Whose is used to show possession or relation. For example, this is the man whose son has won a gold medal in shooting. The doctor who treated you has left the hospital. Guru Nanak gave all that he did not require. That is the shop which sells genuine medicines. He is the boy whose father is an industrialist. Kohli is the cricketer whom everybody likes. So in the above sentences, okay, so in the sentences that we've just read, okay, the words who, that, which, whose, whom, they are all what? They all are different types of relative pronouns. Clear? Now, who, which and what, they are combined with so and ever to form compound relatives. As whoever, whosoever, whosoever, whatsoever and whichsoever. For example, whoever supports my plan is welcome. He will do whatsoever you ask him. Whatever she writes well. Where, whichever you like. So, जब हम बोलते हैं whoever supports my plan is welcome, तो जो भी कोई मेरे प्लान को सपोर्ट करता है वो वेलकम है. ओके, ही विल डू व्हाटसोएवर यू आस्क हिम, वो कुछ भी कर सकते, जो भी तुम कहोगे वो कर सकता है. ओके, व्हाटएवर शी राइट्स, वो जो भी लिखती है. ओके, शी राइट्स वेल. ओके, वेयर व्हिचएवर यू लाइक, तुम्हें जो पहनना है पहनो. So this is like, talking about, we are just relating things and we are using these pronouns. All right. As is used after such, some and as. It is applied to both persons and things. He is such a person as I wish. His problem is the same as mine. We collected as many plants as we could. These apples are not such as we get from Kashmir. Okay. Next is interrogative pronouns. Now, अगला type होता है interrogative pronouns. Interrogative मतलब simple questions. Okay. So, the pronouns that are used for asking questions directly or indirectly are called interrogative pronouns. Words like who, what, which, whom, whose, etc. These are all what? These are all interrogative pronouns. They are used to ask questions. Who is used for persons and it is indefinite. Okay. Who are you? Who did it? Who spoke? Who is there? So, ये सारे words जहाँ पे हम who use करते हैं, okay, they are used for persons and it is indefinite. The indefinite मतलब it can be anybody, okay, more than one person also. Who is there? Whatever, okay. Which is used for persons as well as things, okay. Which book will you take? Which are your colors? Which of you has broken it? Which train goes to Agra? Clear? Now, what is applied to things? Okay, what do you want? What will our relatives say? What are you talking about? Clear? Whom is used to inquire about persons. लोगों के बारे में पूछने के लिए हम use करते हैं whom. Okay, whom did you see? So, हम लोग पूछ रहे हैं किसी के बारे में. To whom were you talking? To whom were you talking? About whom are you speaking? Whom did you give your books? Clear? Whose is usually used for persons. Whose is this mobile phone? Whose are the lowest marks? Clear? Next is possessive pronouns. Possessive means the pronouns that talking about something, okay, that belongs to someone. So, they are used to talk about things belonging to people or to refer to their possession. They are not used before nouns. तो possessive pronouns जो होते हैं वो nouns के पहले use नहीं होते. The words mine, ours, yours, his, hers, its, theirs are used as possessive pronouns. Okay. This umbrella is mine. That umbrella is yours. The colorful umbrella is hers. The black umbrella is his. Clear? This shop is ours. That shop is theirs. These crop fields are ours. Clear? So, this is pretty easy. So, when we are talking about possessive, we use all these words like mine, ours, his, hers. Clear? Now, next is indefinite pronouns. The pronouns which refer to persons or things in a general way, okay, and whose identity or number is not known or specified are called indefinite pronouns. So, जो pronouns in general use होते हैं, जिसके identity हमें पता नहीं होती है और number पता नहीं होता है, वो होते हैं indefinite pronouns. So, some common indefinite pronouns are someone, something, somebody, anyone, everyone, no one, everybody, nobody, few, some, none, every, all, other, any, each, many, one, etc. Clear? So, let's look at the examples. और ये हम अपने day to day vocabulary में use करते हैं. Okay? Someone is at the gate. So, we don't know how many people are there at the gate. Clear? इसके लिए हम बोलते हैं someone is at the gate. Give me something to eat. तो मुझे खाने के लिए कुछ भी दे दो. So we are not talking about a specific thing. There is somebody in the kitchen. Okay, so we don't know how many people are there in the kitchen. Is anyone at home? Everyone has got the question paper. मतलब सबको question paper मिल गया. No one knows its answer. There are seats for everybody. Nobody knows what happens after death. Do you need anything from the market? Nothing was found there. All of us want to live a comfortable life. One must do one's duties. Many guests were invited, but few came. I have some money, but my sister has none. This book is easier than that one. Some of his answers were right, but others were wrong. So यहाँ पे आपने देखा कि over here they are all indefinite. We don't know how many people are involved, what is the number, okay, nothing we don't know about them, and that is why we have used these words. Next is emphatic and reflexive pronouns. Now, the forms of pronouns which are used with nouns or pronouns for the sake of emphasis or stress are called emphatic pronouns. So, अब ये जो होते हैं used with nouns or pronouns के साथ और emphasis देते, stress देते, okay? So, they cannot be used as subjects. So, they are the nouns, okay, the pronouns where the action of the subject reflects upon itself. जो action है of subject की जो action है वो reflect हो रही है उसी के ऊपर से, okay, उसी के ऊपर, or goes back to the subject or the doer of the action are called reflexive pronouns. They are used when a person does something to or for himself. जैसे both, now let's look at the comparison. Comparison करेंगे तो आपको easily समझ में आएगा the difference between these two, reflexive and emphatic. So, when we talk for reflexive, when we say, I shall paint this picture myself, तो हम कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, मैं खुद ही ये पिक्चर पेंट करूँगा या करूँगी, okay? I myself shall paint this picture, okay? So, here it becomes emphatic. You are stressing that myself, I myself. So, here you are putting an emphasis. Clear? We enjoyed ourselves. We ourselves enjoyed the film. The lady cooked herself all the food. The lady herself cooked the food. You can learn driving yourself. You yourself can learn driving. The children served food themselves. They themselves pitched the tents. Okay? So, यहाँ पे हम लोग उसको एक होता है emphasis देना और दूसरा होता है reflect करना. Clear? Now, let's look at distributive pronouns. The pronouns that refer to persons or things one at a time. Singularly are called distributive pronouns such as each, either, neither, etc. So, each of the toppers was awarded a scholarship. So, जो भी टॉपर्स थे, एवरी टॉपर, मतलब यहाँ पे जो भी टॉपर था सबको स्कॉलरशिप मिली. आइदर ऑफ यू कैन गो बाय हेलीकॉप्टर. सो तुम दोनों में से एक कोई भी हेलीकॉप्टर में जा सकता है. नाइदर ऑफ द बुक्स इज इन आवर कोर्स, मतलब कोई, मतलब इनमें से एक भी बुक हमारे कोर्स में नहीं है. नाइदर ऑफ अस इज क्वालिफाइड फॉर ज्वाइनिंग आर्मी. तो हम लोगों में से कोई भी कि आर्मी के लिए क्वालिफाइड नहीं है. आइदर ऑफ द मेडिसिन कैन बी टेकन. तो इन दोनों में से कोई भी मेडिसिन ले सकते. ईच ऑफ द वर्कर्स वॉज गिवन अ सिल्वर कॉइन. मतलब हर एक वर्कर को सिल्वर कॉइन दी गई थी. क्लियर? सो इट्स प्रीटी क्लियर. दीज आर ऑल डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव pronouns. Okay, each, either, neither, etc. Now, let's be smart. Underline the pronoun and mention the kind of each. Which is your house, Anita? So, this is, you're asking a question. So, which, and it is an interrogative pronoun. Everyone was painting pictures. Now, we are talking about everyone in general. Okay, so this becomes your indefinite pronoun because we are using everyone. Clear? None of us hardly knew what to do. So किसी को भी नहीं पता था. So this is again an indefinite pronoun. Clear? Now quickly do the remaining, right? Now fill in the blanks with suitable pronouns as indicated in the brackets. The dog is a faithful animal dash watches our houses. Personal. So the dog is a faithful animal. He watches our house. Our teachers devotedly teach. Personal. Us. Clear? Interrogative. Dash do you want to meet? So interrogative सवाल पूछ रहे. When do you want to meet? Clear? Easy. Quickly do the remaining ones by yourself, and do not forget to reread this chapter before attempting the exercises. They're pretty easy. Everything is what you've already learnt in your previous classes. We're just learning them more in detail and revising the concept that we already know about it. So quickly reread the chapter and finish the exercise.